Hi everyone, this is Dave River Hunter. So I just currently arrived back from Mykonos yesterday and I couldn't resist going back to the river because I've been trying to hunt there for a couple days actually, but the water is so clear that if you drop something you just get some goggles and try to find it because there's not much wave, so it's probably just gonna sit down on the sand and you'll be able to find it. Also, I tried using my metal detector, but it broke, and also I figured that it's not legal using it there everywhere, so kind of stopped doing it. I found 4 cents, but that's gonna be a different video. If I even put it up, I'm not sure yet. But yeah, here I am back at the river, and so let's jump in and see what I can find today.
me a while. Oh, it's broken. Works. There's a card behind. So I'm probably gonna find the owner about it. I'm exhausted. There's another one. A little further down river. But I don't know. Probably gonna be it. Check that out. What is it, 11? 11. Woohoo! I can cook. Oh god. Oh god. Is that awesome? Yes! Doesn't look too good at this point. I don't know if there's water inside yet, but I'm gonna take it home, dry it out, and see what to do with it. A boat.
Okay, wrap up time. So this is actually 2 hunts, not one. But the second hunt was related to the first hunt, and I thought I'd do it in 2 steps, but on the second one I haven't found really a lot of stuff, so I decided to throw it all in one video and just go through all this right now. So I was out right a day after I arrived back home from my Mykonos trip, and I had to go into the river because I haven't found a phone in a week. So I just needed to jump back in the local river and see what I can find. So I got pretty lucky, as you can tell, even if it's 2 hunts, but still. So yeah, let's just go through this. I found an old iPhone 6, or maybe it's an iPhone 6S, I don't know. You can see that it's been there for a while and the battery is blowing up, popped the screen up, and it's broken. So there is no point that this is ever gonna work again. Also found another iPhone 7, which is probably the remains of a toxic relationship. And I hope that the relationship is broken at this point too, so people can move on and don't have to do this to their phones again. And also I found this one right here at the first hunt. This one's a Samsung phone. I thought it's an iPhone Pro sort of thing because it has like, yeah, it's 4 cameras. I thought it's triple lens because it kind of looks a little bit the same like a Pro. From the surface it looked like this, but yeah, it's some sort of Samsung. It didn't turn on. I haven't tried charging it up yet because I already shot an outro the day that I came home, and it had some moist under the camera, so I think it's still water inside even though it's not visible anymore. But I'm gonna give it a couple of days more to maybe dry out before I plug it in and maybe damage it. So that's this. Also, I found this phone, but it's just an old Nokia phone. It's not really worth talking about it. Then I saw this one. A phone pretty deep in the river, triple lens camera. I thought for sure it's an 11 Pro or a 12 Pro. So I couldn't get it out at that point back then because I have to come back to this later. I didn't have any shoes. I didn't have any gloves with me. So it was in a pretty deep area. Current was really strong, and there was just thorn bushes all around the river with no point that I could stop and go out and go back and do my thing. So I just left it there and thought like I'm gonna go back where the water level is a little bit lower and the current is less strong. But yeah, I couldn't resist. 2 days later I went back and there was even more water in the river. So stupid idea, but I didn't have anything to do, so I just wanted to go back and see if I can get it, challenge myself a little bit. And as you can see, I was pretty lucky, but as you also saw, it was a struggle. Also, the best thing that happened to me is like I tried and tried and tried, and I at some point I had to pee so bad, and I always have to take off the wetsuit, and it's a struggle when the wetsuit is wet because it's like sticky and all that. So I went out after a couple tries and stopped the camera, the GoPro, and I realized that I started recording. So I went through the footage and saw that I mostly recorded at some points only my way back to the spot that I entered. And yeah, I was pretty lucky that this happened and that I decided to stop. Otherwise, I wouldn't have the footage of this. So yeah, after my break, I went back, tapped the GoPro, and at the first try, I was lucky to get this one out, which actually I didn't knew it was there. It was when I arrived at the spot, I first saw this phone instead of this. This was a little further downriver, but I thought like, was it this or was it like two phones? Turned out it's two phones. And yeah, I tried on this one a couple times because it was in an easier spot, as you saw, and this one was harder. So got lucky with this after a couple tries. Also, it turns on, and yeah, that's the phone background and all that. And I got in contact with the girl because it had a card on the backside with her name on. Tracked her down on Facebook, didn't get a reply. Searched for her mother, texted her. After that, I got a reply from the girl. So we were chatting, and I'm gonna ship it back to her for free. So that's all safe. That's why I have to do the outro right now because it's actually yesterday I found it. Today I'm gonna ship it. And about this, when I found this, I went out the river, took another break, went back for this, and also at the very first time after the break, I was lucky to get it out. But as you saw, sadly, it just popped up a white screen when I tried to power it on. And since then, it hasn't powered on. So I don't know if there's water inside. It doesn't look like there's water inside, but I'm gonna leave it to dry out for maybe a week or two. Then plug it in and update you on Instagram if there's anything happening with it. If it's dead, if it's not gonna work, I just add it up in the showcase. But if it's working, I'll let you know on Instagram. Oh, also, I forgot, the girl texted me. She asked me if I found a white iPhone 2 or probably an 11, I don't know. And I haven't found one because she said her boyfriend lost one too at this day, probably at the same spot. So next time I'll be there, I'm gonna have a look for it, and also I'm gonna update you if I find it. So wish me luck. So that's the story about all the phones. Then at the first time hunting, I collected some coins, ended up having $11, and at the second day I also collected some coins, added up to maybe $12, so I got 23 in total. That was cool. Also, I found 2 Ray-Bans on my first hunt, also spotted the third one, but it was just also too much current, and I already swam against the current for this one, and it was hard. So I spotted another pair of Ray-Bans, probably same like these, but I was like, no way. Because it was just too much current and too much of an effort to swim back against it. And it's just a pair of glasses. I'm going to get it the next time if it's still there. So that's about the glasses. About the jewelry, this one's junk, unfortunately. Also, this ring, I haven't found it in the river. Wow, I'm going to cut that out, or maybe not, whatever. I found it in a train while going on my second hunt. And I thought maybe it was stuck between the wall and between the train seat. I did a story on Instagram about it. And as I had it out, it fell under the seat of other people. So I didn't want it to sneak under there like a creep. So I waited until they left the train. And then I went down to get it. And sadly, it's just junk. It's just too much effort for this junk ring. But yeah. I got lucky to find a earring. I believe it's 925 silver. It has a stamp up there. I don't know if you can see it. It's too small to read it for me, but I believe it's 925. Can't tell 100%, but it looks. So that's about the jewelry. Also, I found a jewel, but I think I don't have it on video. Also, I didn't videotape this one because I didn't know what it is. I just saw the back and I thought maybe it's the case of a phone, but it's like an old cigarette case. And yeah, nothing too special. Also, I haven't found the AirPod. How is this happening? I always find AirPods. Today I haven't, not today, but in the last 2 hunts I haven't found an AirPod. But I found those, which are like old school AirPods. I guess that counts. I don't know. Also found another pair of headphones, but I'm gonna throw them away anyways. They for sure don't work. So I think I've been through everything. Yeah, I found that other water phone case, but it was empty, and also don't have it on video because it's nothing special. I usually record if there's something special. I go back and record what it is. Otherwise, stuff like this or maybe this, I just grab it and have it and don't put the camera on for just to film this, because I want to save my space for the good stuff, you know. Also about this phone, I actually did record it, but the video goes like for 3 seconds. I think maybe either I had an issue with the camera, or maybe I thought I haven't recorded after I tapped record and I tapped again and stopped it. I have no idea what happened, but this is not on the video too. But other than that, I think that's it. Been through everything. If you like the video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and go to my Instagram. I'll put the link in video description. And with this being said, have a nice hunt and see you at the next one. River.